What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and I'm trying to make a video about something that I think will make us all a lot of money, right? None of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is all based on my opinions. If you share my opinions, that's cool. If you don't share my opinions, that's cool. Whatever. Leave a like, hit the subscribe button, blah, 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 do all that stuff. I went through yesterday, and I went through the top 400 and something coins, cryptos, excluding USDT, excluding stable coins and wrapped coins and stuff like that, right? I went through and I measured what the growth was from the April lows around April 7th. If you had a low that was after April 7th, like on the 9th, the 11th, the 19th, whatever, I took the April lows, measured what these cryptos from the top 420 coins or so have done since that April low to what they have achieved as of not today, yesterday, right? How much have they grown? What cryptos are growing the most, right? Because sometimes there's cryptos that are hot that are growing a lot that you're not even aware of, right? I was very proud to find that out of all those cryptos we went through, excluding meme coins, we took out the meme coins because meme coins are kind of different. They're kind of here and now and then and gone. You know, they make their appearances, but they're not reliable for every step of the way through the bull market, right? Sometimes they're very exciting, like now and like in the beginning of 2024. Sometimes they're boring and they're even depressing, like the end of 2024. But definitely not right now. But I didn't include meme coins. I've got 8 coins that outperformed everything by a large percent, right? The average altcoin has done like a 40 to 60% growth since April. I think it's like 50 something percent, actually 54% since April 7th. That's what the average altcoin has done. These coins did over 300% growth. Some of them did even dramatically higher than that, double that or more in this amount of time, and just none of them are meme coins. So I'm very proud that 6 of these coins are coins that I've talked about on this channel regularly. Only 2 of them are coins that I've never actually heard of. Or I've heard of one of them, but I'm not familiar with it, and I've never heard of the other one before. But we're going to this is the list of the 8. We're going to go through and do technical analysis on all 8 of these. It's going to be a brief kind of run through of analysis, and I'll give you guys some targets. I think these, because, so what we're doing here, right, the purpose of this video, and the purpose of probably any video following this video that has anything to do with these 8, we're going to call them I don't know, the Great 8. I don't know what to call them. We'll come up with a name. Somebody come up with a clever name in the comments. Let this video hit you. Let the name find you. Please let it be organic. But these 8 coins that have outperformed the market so far since April, typically when a crypto outperforms the market, it continues to outperform the market, right? Chainlink back in the last cycle, or its first cycle, I forget, I think it was 2018, 2019, whenever it was outperforming the markets basically at the ass end of the bear market, and it continued to outperform the markets for the predominant part of the whole damn bull market all the way through, right? Last cycle. There's cryptos that each cycle stand out amidst the rest as far as growth goes, and they continue to stand out, right? Mana, Decentraland was one of those last cycle. Dogecoin was one of those, right? Up until the end of the cycle, or until they have their blow off tops. It depends, you know. And there will be coins outside of these 8 coins that will likely outperform at least some of them, if not all of them. There's going to be coins that might even outperform these, but what we're doing here is not finding the absolute best ripping crypto that's going to make you the most money in the space, but damn it if these aren't going to be some winners that outperform the rest of the market by a lot. So that's the expectation with these. We're going to follow these up. We're going to keep an eye on them. I don't know what to call this chain of videos, but I might make a playlist for it. I don't know. Grateful 8 just sounds, I want to say hateful 8, like Quentin Tarantino, right? But they're not hateful. They're great. They're grateful. I don't know, man. I don't know what to call this video, but I'm going to give you the 8 cryptos. I've been keeping you on the edge of your seat for too damn long. I'm like Michael Scott, whatever. He found out that he had some juicy rumor, whatever it was, on The Office. I forget what episode that is, but he's like, oh, you guys don't know? And he's just got everyone around the corner. I'm doing it right now. Everyone's like gathered up at his desk or in the office, whatever. Anyways, if that reference doesn't hit you, don't worry about it. We're going to say the 8 right now. So the first one is TAI. The second one is Griffane. It's like Griffin, but AIN, Griffane. The next one is Siren. And then KTA, Syrup, Turbo, Deep, and Virtual. And Turbo is actually a meme coin. Turbo is a meme coin, but it's a little bit, it kind of gets a pass. It's like an AI meme coin. It kind of gets a pass. Okay, we're giving Turbo a pass. You got to have at least one meme coin in there. It is crypto after all. There's a lot of meme coins that I like besides Turbo. I'm invested in some meme coins, and I'm not going to talk about them in this video because that's not the purpose of this video, but I'm not invested in Turbo, right? But there are some great meme coins. I should be invested in Turbo maybe because this thing's doing so well. But let's talk about this stuff here. Let's stop doing whatever the hell I'm doing here and just wasting time. Let's get into this. So first we're going to talk about TAI. We're going to talk about TAI on Bybit here, all right? My expectation, I have a little familiarity with this chart, so this should go pretty quick. My expectation is that TAI is going to go to new all-time highs. If you're in America, you can't really buy this on any exchanges, right? It's only on Bybit or MEXC, KuCoin, CoinEx, Bitmart. Not exchanges that Americans can use, but you can buy it on Coinbase Wallet or Phantom Wallet. If you use Solana, I'm pretty sure. Where I expect this thing to go, and keep Solana. Make sure you don't buy it all at once. Like leave some like $20 or $30 up to Solana so you can transact out of it too. You know, it's probably not even that much Solana, but I digress. From here, I expect that we're going to see growth on the lines of something of about a 10x at $1.14 to potentially something that's as much as a 27x all the way up at $3.30 by the end of June, if not early July. This is the expectation, okay? As far as what happens later in the cycle, I don't know. Maybe I can do that in another video, but I'm just trying to do this quick and relative to what the expectations are right now. So for this one, I might even write this down in my notes here. Let's just see. No, I won't, because it's going to change, right? If this thing pumps, it's going to change every time we check at it. So never mind. So anything from about a 10x to about a 29x is what 29x, 10x to 29x is what I would expect for TAI by the end of June. Okay, Griffane is the next one, and these are in order to from the lowest market cap to the highest market cap. Okay, so TAI is the lowest market cap of these 8. And it's one of the top performers of the whole top 420 cryptos that exist. Griffane here, from a high to a low. I'm not familiar with this one. I haven't looked at the chart, but I looked at it recently in the short term, and I think it is about to break out. I'm actually considering buying some. Going from the 236 up like this, bouncing off the 382, you're going to go to your golden ratio very soon, okay? This is not by the end of June. This is like by the end of May. You're going to see something on the lines of a 64% to 102% pump, if not larger. You could do 180, you could do 300 and something percent by the end of the month of May. It could be very large, but something up a little bit higher. You look like you're getting set up to move higher, especially like relatively immediately. This is what made me want to make this video. Is actually the 4-hour time frame looks like it wants to move up immediately. So if you're looking to catch something, this not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I mean, this looks kind of like an inverted roof down here. It looks like it wants to rip to the upside. But beyond that, I think that at the end of June, and I don't have any of this coin, I'm not shilling it, but by the end of June, I'm expecting something on the lines of a 13x to potentially a 43x. So a lot more growth there. I doubt you see a 43. You're probably going to land somewhere around $1.50 to $2.50. That's my guess, my genuine guess from here. But we'll see. Time will tell. Griffane. Or Griffane, I don't know. Siren is the next one. These are the only two, Siren and Griffane, I don't know a lot about. So do your own analysis, do your own research, make sure that they're not scams, right? They don't look like scams, but I don't know anything about them, right? I've yet to do my research. I'm very familiar with all the other ones, but I'm not familiar with these ones so much. So do your own research. Don't just invest in random coins just because someone's like, hey, these are the top 8 performing coins. They're going to make you billions of dollars. Maybe they will. If you start with hundreds of billions. No. Here we are at 15.76 cents, consolidating between the 1414 and the 1272. Very bullish consolidation. Very, very bullish consolidation. I would expect, and especially because you're just moving up so dramatically, man. Wow, how much did you go from all the way down here, March of this year? You did a 6x already. That's crazy. That's great. Siren, let's see. And then from April 7th, April 15th, you did most of that growing as well. So from here, I would anticipate that this thing sees, I would think, I don't feel comfortable calling for anything else, but you do have a low market cap. You could obliterate these numbers. But just because you're such a new chart, I don't feel comfortable for calling for anything higher than a 4.6x to an 8.4x. You know what I mean? You could go higher. You could, and I feel like in comparison to a lot of these, you're going to not get a fair shake, but you don't have enough history for me to be confident in that. So right now I'm sticking with the red line and these two orange lines, something between an 8.5x to a 4.7x. You've grown a lot, but maybe you don't grow as much going into it, right? These are the fibs that make the most sense. If you don't stop here at $1.33, you're going all the way up to 242 or higher, and that would be on the lines of a 15x, which lines up with more or less what I am expecting out of a lot of these coins. KTA is a new, it's not like super new, but I mean, it is super new. Let's see, Dex screener here. We got to look it up. We've been following it since, I forget, man. I forget how long we've been following it for. I mean, since it was below 10 cents, and it's at 77 cents now. KTA, you guys should look into this one, definitely. This is, I think, out of all of these 8, I'm pretty sure this is the one that's outperformed the rest of them. This is the top. This is the Mac Daddy. 700 and something percent, man. It did great. Really, really great. We're going to do this one. We're going to click on that one. Oof. Let's see here. Don't do it to me. It does this. It does these white lines. It's because I have my computer in quiet mode because I don't want you guys to hear it, but I'm going to put it in high performance. Whenever I put it in high performance, it'll do it. Yeah, it's like no problem at all. But now we're gonna bring it back down to quiet because I don't want it to be picked up on the microphone. So this thing grew a lot. You can see it grew a whole lot. It's a layer 1 blockchain. You guys should check. I mean, it seems interesting. It definitely seems interesting. You should do your own research on it. There's some big people backing this and supporting this and investing in this. 80 cents is the price right now. I think that you will continue to grow. But when will you continue to grow, right? I don't know if you're going to consolidate like you did like this, but I think that you will grow past this. Again, as far as fibs go, there's not a whole lot of history on this, so we're not going to get an honest shake with this one. But you stopped right at your 2618. Let's see. Might you then go to your 4618? Which would be on the lines of about a 6x, right? $5.30. That's possible. I really wouldn't be surprised. I don't really have any price targets for this, if I'm being honest. Other than I would think that because of how much you've grown, you could consolidate a little bit between now and the end of May and not grow with the rest of crypto. But I would think by the end of June, you would at least do what the average crypto does, which is going to be between a 3 to a 5x, 3 to 4x. A 3 to 4x would put you at the 3618. A 4x would put you in between the 3618 and the 4618, so I doubt that you stop there. So it's either you stop at 221 or $5.31, and if you don't stop there, you're probably running all the way up to $10. That'd be my guess. Just psychological resistance in itself. It's not really based on any kind of fibs, but you don't really have a whole lot going on with this chart. So these last two, forgive me, there's not really a whole lot of history on these, but look into them, right? They've outperformed the rest of the market. Screw my analysis. They might outperform the rest of the market still coming up, and that's kind of what the whole point of this video is, right? We're going to keep track of these 8 coins for this reason. Maple, Syrup here, Syrup Finance, growing a lot. You know, Maple actually was the ticker before. It was MPL. Let's see if they still have it. Yes, they do. Good. It's dead now. It doesn't exist now, right? April 30th. That was the last day that they were in existence there. It's now Syrup, and it's at 100 to 1. So one Syrup is worth 100th of this, right? It's not worth $13.62. It'd be worth 13.62 cents. But now it's not. Obviously, it's worth a lot more than that now. But I would anticipate. Let's see, something based off of this. Maybe I should take the high to low overall. Let's do this, and we'll take this and just see if there's anything that lines up. And then Syrup, what's its price at right now? 38 cents. So that would be $38 on Maple. That'd be $38. So we're all the way up here right now at this high right now, okay? We're likely going to continue to grow. I would think, let's see, yeah, something that would be worth, and again, this is not for Syrup's price. This would just be like based on MPL, but I'll make it clear in a second. I would think something around, so what that would be is about $2.70, if not maybe all the way up here at $5.20, because it's 526, so you take 100th of that, right? Syrup's going to grow maybe 13x at the most, is what I would think based off of those fibs there. And that should be around $5, right? 13x, $5. $5, right? $5.20, $5.17, something like that. At the most, 14x, 14, almost a 15x actually. Sorry, 13x, almost a 14x. And at the least, I would expect $2.61, which would be something on the lines like a 6 to a 7x there, yeah. Almost a 7x. So Syrup doing that. And again, this doesn't have that much history either, in all fairness, but we have Maple, which Syrup used to be. So this, I would treat this much as, I would treat this as something that is significant to Syrup's price action, price history. It is a part of the history. It's just the numbers are wrong. They're off by, they're 100 times what they should be, essentially. Or maybe, yeah, I think that's right. Let's move on. That's Maple. Man, this video is going on, or Syrup, I should say. That's Syrup. This is going on longer than I thought it would. Let's see. Turbo is the next one. Turbo here. I think Turbo is going to see new all-time highs. This one is doing really, really well, right? High to low here. If we're looking at it from here, right at the current price, all the way up to new all-time highs, the expectation would be something on the lines of like a 4.5x to potentially a 10, 11x, something like that. And maybe, I don't think you go above 6.2 cents Turbo, but maybe you hit 15 to 12 cents, maybe. But that would be the maximum, would be like a 26x to a 20x. I just don't see you getting there. I think that in time, but just not by the end of June. By the end of June, I would expect 10x to potentially a 4.5x, 5x. Turbo. Deep. Deep, deep, deep. And I guess, to be fair, Deep is one that I haven't talked about too regularly either. I've only talked about it like twice. But the other two, Griffane and Siren, I've just never heard of before. So to be fair, though, with Deep, I don't actually really talk about this one either. Should talk about it. Definitely interested in it whenever it first came out. But looking at this, I would anticipate we probably don't stop here, don't stop there, because that's what the average coin's going to do. You're going to outperform the average coin, so I would think $1.20. $1.20 is your minimum. That's about a 6x from here to probably $2.60 at the maximum. So 6 to 13x at the maximum for Deep. And then virtual, you see, it's kind of exactly what you'd expect. The growth potential is going down as you go higher in the market caps. Though Deep does have more potential, I'd say, than perhaps a couple of these cryptos that we've gone over recently. Maybe than KTA, right? Even though KTA was at the lower end of the list. High to low here. Virtual's such a new chart, but we're going to try here. I would think that you continue to outperform the rest of the market. So $10 is appropriate as a guess. $10 would be fine. If not, $24 would be fine too. If you don't stop there, so something between about a 4, almost a 5x to an 11x. If you don't stop at $24, you're going all the way up to $47 to $62, and that would provide a 22 to a 29x from here. But this is the highest market cap out of all the coins we've talked about so far, so I doubt it sees that. You're probably going to stop somewhere between $24 and $10. That'd be my guess. All right, that's the 8 of them. That's the 8 cryptos out of the top 420 coins that literally outperformed the rest of the market since the lows in April. Let's see how they continue to do. We'll keep track of them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Bye-bye.